A fire broke out in the production building of one of the industrial enterprises of the Mykolaiv district of Kharkiv as a result of Russian shells. This was reported in the main directorate of the SCS in Kharkiv region. According to the agency, the ceiling of the building and a car standing nearby were on fire. 4 people were injured. Chuhuiv also came under fire from the Russian military the current day. The main directorate of the State Emergency Service reported that 3 fires occurred as a result of the shelling. Almost at the same time, 2 private garages, an outbuilding, a shop, and a local hidden facility were on fire. Rescuers took out the bodies of 2 dead women and 4 people from the rubble at the latter facility. In Chuhuiv district on the night of June the 23rd, the Russians fired on the village of Pechenighi. A private enterprise was damaged and a fire broke out. The shelling continued in the morning. Private houses have been destroyed. According to preliminary data, 7 civilians, including 2 children, have been injured. The current day, the Russian military struck 7 missile blows across Mykolaiv. As a result of shelling, 3 people have been injured. Information about the victims has been clarified, as reported by Mayor Alexander Sienkiewicz during the national telethon. The blast wave damaged the school. Now the whole team is on vacation. There were me, a caretaker and a woman on duty at school. When the first explosion took place, we went down to the bomb shelter. At first, only the ground flew. We did not hear explosions. Then people ran to the shelter and said that the windows of the school had already been blown out. We have 23 windows damaged. In the classrooms on the ground floor, almost all the windows are destroyed, and on the second floor, there are 5 windows blown out. On the second floor, in the corridor, a ceiling fell down. The diameter of the collapse is about 1.5 by 1.5 meters. This is from the blast wave, as we were told by pyrotechnics. In addition to enterprises on the territory of which fuel and lubricants were stored, a tank with sunflower oil and 5 high-rise buildings were destroyed. My son and wife were here at home. I went to the city by bike for groceries. The situation is difficult with fuel now. That's why I ride an electric bicycle. Of course, they were very scared, and I was scared for them in the city. Although I myself was near the place of impact of 2 missiles, it is not the first time that missiles have flown to us, but at this time so close and so powerful. This is for the first time, unfortunately. The whole roof is destroyed. The roof is completely tiled, so I don't know what I'm going to do now. The ceiling in the son's bedroom is broken on the second floor. Here the fence is also destroyed. And here fragments pierced the roof. Look, there are lots of destructions. Everything will have to be restored. This day, the Russians managed to capture 2 settlements in Luhansk region. Serhiy Haidai, the head of the Luhansk Regional Military Administration, announced the occupation of Loskutivka and Rai Oleksandrivka. Fighting is currently underway in Severodonetsk, the territory of Sklo-plastic factories, a plant of non-standard chemical equipment, and a brick factory came under fire. During the day, the Russian military shelled Lysychansk, where destruction was recorded in one of the schools. 3 people were injured and hospitalized in Kramatorsk and Pavlograd hospitals. The body of a man who had died during the shelling was also found. Lysychansk is completely shelled with heavy calibers. It is very dangerous in the city now, but a quiet evacuation continues, and we continue to deliver humanitarian goods every day. The housing stock of the region has suffered significant damage during the day. A total of 25 houses in Novoivanivka, Yirske and Zolote have been damaged or destroyed. According to the head of Donetsk Regional Military Administration, Pavlo Kyrylenko, on June the 22nd, the Russian military killed 4 civilians in Donetsk region, 2 in Prechestivka, 1 in Krasnohorivka and 1 in Zalizne. Another 5 people were injured. The national police reported that for the day, the Russian military have fired on 14 settlements in Donetsk region. The Russians struck with missiles, Tornado, Grad, Uragan, rocket systems, artillery and tanks. Pyrotechnic units of the State Emergency Service detected, seized and neutralized 1,343 explosive devices the current day, including 1 aerial bomb. This was reported in the main directorate of the SCS of Ukraine. Specialists surveyed an area of 107 hectares. A total of 144,630 explosive devices and 602 kilograms of explosives have been neutralized since the beginning of the war. In one of the volunteer centers in Vinnytsia, caring people dye fabric for camouflage nets. They do this because the fabrics of dark colors have already run out and the bright ones are not suitable for camouflage for the Ukrainian military. There are no more colors that are needed for camouflage nets. Everything has already been sorted out, cut, and now there is a great shortage of dark-colored fabrics. Andriy is an internally displaced person from Kherson. The whole family moved to Vinnytsia 3 months ago. He worked as an architect in his hometown. The man started dyeing the fabric for camouflage nets a few weeks ago. We take dyes for street works. It has good color fastness. It all happens in 1 to 2 minutes. That is, we must dip the fabric in the paint and mix. Then the drying takes place. The dried cloth should be ironed and cut into strips, says Zemfira from Vinnytsia. The woman works with Andriy in a volunteer center. According to her, bed linen and even tablecloths and curtains are dyed. It's mostly bedding. Here is a restaurant giving us its tablecloths and chair covers. They have already been repainted and we do not iron them. Now the nature, leaves, bushes, all is green. Therefore, we do not make other colors of a net. The net must be natural. Now there are 4 camouflage nets in their volunteer center, says Zemfira. This is a special order from Ukrainian defenders. It must be done as soon as possible, but now there are not enough hands in the center.